Hey everyone, it's me, Master Walrus, and I'm back with another episode of my TCG Dailies. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today's episode, I want to bring to you the 2022 World Championship deck Palkia. In the last episode, I did the Flying Pikachu VMAX deck. Now I'm going to do the Palkia VStar deck. I'm taking a look at the Palkia VStar deck in question. The core content was focused on the Origin Form Palkia VStar and Inteleon with Evolution. Since the Inteleon and Drizzile has a stupendous ability that when you evolve it, you are able to search your deck for a trainer. For the Drizzile, for the Inteleon, you get to search your deck for 2 trainers. Really good. Or if you need to get that extra damage, you can go into Inteleon Rapid Strike with its quick shooting ability. These prime up alongside with Galarian Zigzagoon. When you place it, you can put a damage counter on one of your opponent's Pokemon for Abominable B. For Abominable V, not B. It does 90 damage, plus 60 more damage for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. What this means is that if you use Inteleon's quick shooting to put 2 damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon, you're getting 90 plus an additional 120 for each, for the damage counter, 60 for each. So that's a combined 210, which is great. You pair that with Galarian Zigzagoon for 30. Now you're looking at an additional 180. That's 270 plus the base 30 damage that's already on the Pokemon. That's a 300 hitter. If you combine that with something such as the Choice Belt, you're able to hit 330. That's a VMAX killer in itself. Absolutely insane. However, the issue does become that Drizzile and Galarian Zigzagoon are just outdated. Not ability-wise, but in the rotation. So we can't use them anymore. Taking a look at the items Scoop Up Net, which would allow you to pick up your Zigzagoon and your Inteleons to reset up the evolution and damage ping. Training Court, which allows you to put a basic energy from your trash into your hand. Evolution Incense, Marnie, Capricious Bucket, which is the big one right there, and Quick Ball. All outdated. Can't use them anymore. Unfortunate. Super unfortunate. So this is what I did. I remixed the deck to get the same core concepts going, while there's some variation. So the big one that gave me the hardest time was taking out the Inteleon line. I don't think it's really worth it anymore to run those Inteleon lines, because you ran the Drizzile for the draw and then you can go quick shooting. Today's format feels a bit slow for that kind of evolution, at least in live. Maybe in in-person play you're getting different effects, but in live it's different. Taking a look at what's going on, I swapped out I kept the Abominable V, the Origin Form Palkia V, and VStar, but that's where most of it stays the same. I started running Jirachi and Manaphy as protection on the bench, just to the fact that Pokemon like Hawlucha is going to be a lot more primed for getting hit and to deal with Lost Box. I thought it was justifiable. The Hawlucha allows me to put a damage counter on one of my opponent's bench Pokemon twice. That means that I could hit 2 different Pokemon and get damage going. I threw in Mr. Mime because of Psi Power, which allows me to put free damage counters in any way I like. And if this Pokemon has the same amount of energy as your opponent's active Pokemon, then prevent damage. So it's an interesting situation where he's got some level of protection. I don't think he's terrible. We threw in Lumineon V due to the water flow. We were able to pull in a supporter as well. This kind of felt like the search aspect of the Drizzile and Inteleon was coming back. And I decided to replace with Radiant Blastoise for Radiant Greninja. The draw 2 is really nice. However, discard an energy and you're able to put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. That's priming up Abominable V very well and sets up for Origin Form Palkia VStar's VStar portal as well. So you're losing out on draw potential. Battle VIP Pass, that's staying at a similar amount. We don't have the Capricious Bucket for pure water energy, but we did pick up Earthen Vessel. Echoing Horn allows for easy bench pings, cross switcher, energy retrieval. I feel that the same spirit is there. One of the big liberties I did take was with a lot of supporters. If you take a look here, there's not much in terms of the, well, there's a diverse cast, but I added some more effects. Because we're missing out on Scoop Up Net, I added Penny and 2 of Professor Turo's scenario. Irda's gonna be the big hit here, but we are in a position a lot of the time where we don't need the crazy draw power. I left Choice Belt in. I could probably switch that out for something a bit better in the more relevant scene where I don't see too many Vs. But I just thought, let's have some fun. The level balls and the nest balls are good. Hisui and heavy balls are good. Overall, I think it's an alright deck. I like the mechanic. I think ping's fairly popular in today's format. It's got its good strengths. There's a lot of counterbalance against it, but I think it's fine. Taking a look at our daily quests, we got play an item, deal 100 damage in a single hit. Those are both very reasonable. Our Palkia VStar is going to be a great hitter, and Crabominable V is going to be a great way to finish off games. While this is starting up, let me throw on some background music. Go heads. I always like heads. Tails never fails, but heads has never bothered me anyways. I'd love to go first, thank you. Going first is going to prime us up to get that extra damage going. Yeah, I'll set this up. The Empoleon's not terrible. We have the possibility to use it as a... Looks like we're playing Roaring Moon. But we can use it as a means to get some extra draw if we are in a tight scenario. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to capturing Aroma to thin the deck out a bit. We're going to put a water energy on Origin Form Palkia. End turn. We'll go Origin Form Palkia V-Star, Iono, and we're going to try capturing Aroma to pick up another basic just to set that up. This is going to be tricky against the Roaring Moon. We have good ping for this scenario, though. The open up of the Radiant Greninja is a pretty good thing to open up with. We'll set up the Manaphy, set this up, and capturing Aroma. Let's see. We got the heads, not quite what we wanted. We'll pick up a Palkia to thin the deck out. And just a flat end turn. If I could get like an Ultra Ball, that would be a pretty good scenario. Okay. Yep, there's the Dark Energy. Concealed cards, set up a Dark into the trash. Radiant Greninja, really good for the deck. Darkrai V, so I don't think it's like a crazy Dark ramp, but there comes the Earthen Vessel and Clutch. 5 cards in hand. Do they have Dark Patch? They have Temple of Sinnoh. This guy shut down special energies, but we can manage that well. The Manaphy into the opening slot's an interesting move, but it's meant for a more defensive maneuver. I almost don't want to Iono because they look like they're in a tough situation right there. But we need to get going on our setup. This was a super slow opener. Okay, I can manage with this. We'll set up the Radiant Blastoise. And the Cramomatic, this counts as an item. Well, I don't know if tools are still consistent. We need Cramomatic. We need to hit something. We'll take the gamble. We didn't get it. Didn't pay off. But it's... We'll set up the Choice Belt on the Origin Form Palkia V-Star. And we're just going to end turn. I do want to point out while he's making his move, I think this art is amazing for the Origin Form Palkia V. MC Escher art inspired distortion in space-time. It's really nice. Now, I don't know if that's referencing something that occurs in Legends Arceus. I haven't played that game, but I still can appreciate how good it looks. Okay, Jock for double evolution. Single Darkrai VStar. That's an interesting move. We're in a tricky position at the moment. He goes Path to the Peak, which actually is going to shut us down really bad. Hopefully we can get a good draw next turn. Okay, they don't have the means to retreat out. Battle VIP pass, you are way too late. Just get end turn. All we can do. And of course, this deck would be supplemented. Oh, interesting. The deck would have been supplemented by the means of the Inteleon Drizzile to search up your trainers, so you're never, wow, getting into situations like this. You can't conceal cards with Path to the Peak out. He's in a tricky spot. I would not have done that personally. But your move is your move. Oh, good heavens. We need to be prepared to attack. So we're just gonna run that and turn. We can't use the Radiant Blastoise ability anyways, but I was considering the aspect of discarding it in order to hit the Roaring Moon EX. He sets up a Bidoof. If he has the B barrel, this is going to be a more tricky situation. King Lu EX is really good for those. Earth for the Vessel, beautiful hit. We'll set this up, pull these two in. We need a stadium to get rid of the Path to the Peak. So we're not in an ideal situation, but we're in a manageable situation. If I take a look at the damage I'm doing, I'm not at the point I want to be at yet. I'm actually going to set up on the Blastoise. He's got some potential to get some hits in. With the inclusion, oh my goodness. The Jacques play was not great in my opinion. I mean, he could have been prepping for a second Neo. Ancient Booster Energy Capsule. It's not going to allow him to retreat, but that is going to make the Roaring Moon EX a lot more threatening. Ugh. This has certainly been a match. We're just going to run this in turn. Give him the good old shrug. Because I'm not certain on what's going on. And of course, if I was running Radiant Greninja, I could help against this. But also, if I was running Radiant Greninja, I couldn't do anything right now with Path to the Peak. So he uses his Jog to pull up the second Darkrai V-Star and a B-Barrel. B-Barrel's going to help because he's always going to have 5 cards in hand. Sets up a Manaphy. Manaphy's actually going to be a pain. We're going to want to try and manage that Manaphy more than less. Because that's going to negate our pinging abilities, which is priming up for the knockouts. Crabominable, we're just gonna leave it and turn. We don't need to put it on the bench. We don't need to make it more of a target. The problem is that the Roaring Moon EX can knock out Crabominable and Origin Form Palkia V without using the insta-kill move. Yeah, Calamity Storm will do 220 because he could discard Path to the Peak. And while we kind of want that Path to the Peak discard, we can get that off with the Radiant Blastoise bait. What we need to do is we need to hit another Water Energy. We have the Water Energies in the deck. We have the Earthen Vessel. It's something we could do. The Ultra Balls, here's someone he's going to pick out. The fact that he tossed in an Ultra Ball means it's probably not for fitting, but he needs something. Picks up another Roaring Moon EX. Okay. And he's just... We're in such a weird position right now. Irrida's pretty good. I can work pretty well with Irrida. Okay, she doesn't pick up water energy, but she is gonna allow me to pick up the Earthen Vessel. I'm gonna run... Earthen Vessel, I'm gonna pick up the Empoleon. And I'm gonna use Earthen Vessel on the Empoleon to get it into the rubbish. We only have one basic energy. Wow. Well, we have more Irrida we could pull up. We're just gonna Prime Radiant Blastoise. And end turn. Ideally, we could pull Cross Switcher to force something out. No, he gets the switch, finally. Yeah, curious on what he's gonna do. He's kind of limited on his Darkrai V-Star's abilities by half of the peak. So I could see him using it for the Manaphy. But we're out of energy as well, which is unfortunate. He bosses orders. Easy get pull up to Palkia. He does. That's unfortunate. We can set up another Palkia V. We can manage. But that is unfortunate. We're at least able to revenge kill with our Blastoise. Ugh. Come on, pick your prizes. Uncertain on where I want to go right now. We'll set up Crabominable. Another Origin Form Palkia V. I think I'm going to use Energy Retrieval right here. Pick these two up. Try to have it into hand at the moment. And we're going to hit for 170. We'll let him revenge kill on the next turn. Okay, the Irrida's not bad. I can work with that. I can definitely work with that. Problem with this deck, it doesn't have much to deal with after the peak. Roaring Moon EX comes out again. He's got the Ancient Booster Energy Capsule. There's the Dark Energy. Does he Dark Patch? He Sada's Vitality. Does he Dark Patch? I think he has the kill at this point. He does have the kill, yeah. This is tough. This is tough. We're gonna have to go into Palkia V-Star. We'll hit this. And we're gonna Irrida. Oh my goodness. This is a very tough situation. I almost want to pull Cross Switcher. We'll pick up Origin Form Palkia V. I think it's a better bait. And we're gonna need the damage more than anything. But yeah, we'll hit for a 220. I think that's decent enough. See, we can do a good amount of damage. Because this is gonna be 100. If we max out our bench, this is gonna be 100 as well. So we're in a decent enough position if we max out our bench to be doing 260, which is a one tap on the Roaring Moon EX. We're not getting that damage though. We have the penny for something on the bench, but I'm not sure on what I would necessarily want to use it for. And we are kind of primed up a little bit with the Empoleon. But we don't have anything to pick up from our trash, which is actually a pain. I think there's a single Clara in the deck, but if that's the prize card, then we're in a tricky situation right now. So he's not going to be able to one-tap with the Darkrai V-Star. He will one-tap with the Roaring Moon, though. Ugh. The path to the peak just choked me out completely. We're gonna move up the origin form Palkia V. Maybe we could pull something good. Well, we'll move up Abominable. We're kind of dead either way. Echoing Horn, useless at this point. We'll just set this up. We'll use Penny just to replay it, because why not? And trigger Avalanche. Cool. That helped them, probably. So I'm just gonna let you get game, buddy. If we were able to take out the Darkrai VStar, we actually would have went to a tied state. Now, I think he could have turboed out fast enough. If he decided to go to Frenzied Gouging, but he didn't even need to do that. He could have Calamity Stormed. And so it might have been good to bait out the Calamity Storm earlier. Okay. Yep, make your move, buddy. Okay, so he just plays it safe, which is honestly the right thing to do, the respectful thing. Go to Darkrai VStar, Dark Pulse. And, you know, I think we could have had a better game if Path to the Peak wasn't there. So, I mean, we're going to definitely run it back. But this deck definitely has some issues that I don't believe were considered in the release of this deck and the meta that's occurring at the moment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the deck slightly. Cards and sets came out that weren't available at the time, and what I'm looking at is getting rid of... only running a single Hawlucha. Ugh. I think the pickups of Turo and Penny aren't terrible. I don't even think Cross Switcher's that bad. I think the problem is the lack of Pokemon recycling, so we're gonna run Super Rod. Doubled copies, super simple. And I'm going to run some stadium removal in Lost Vacuum, because that's going to allow us to deal with the items as well, or the tools. Then the issue then becomes what do we remove. I don't think Cramomatic's really worth it at this point. We're going to want the Nest Ball for the basics. And if we're running Cross Switcher, we want 4. We need to remove 2 as something. And I think, honestly, Roxanne is going to be one of those somethings. I think we can manage without the Echoing Horn. Yeah. We're going to try this out again with these slight changes. Hopefully, they allow for a better game, a more consistent game. And the only reason we really got that far is we lucked out and them not having good draws either. We kind of got into a stalemate for a point. Running the default coin, custom made deck could be that. Hopefully it's original. I love seeing original decks, but it is also ranked, so they're probably wanting to go for points. Jack 42. It's pretty close to the end of the season, so I don't think really there's time to get those points in. We're gonna have to open a Jirachi, which honestly isn't great. Mew EX, just based off the Mew EX, you can't really determine what your opponent's playing. Pokestop, okay, we can manage with Pokestop. Pull up a Cross Switcher, Sawdust Vitality. So they're running a Mew EX in the Roaring Moon EX. That's the problem with TCG Live. Is just you're seeing so much of the same decks. It's boring. It's not even a good deck. It's just everyone has it now, and so they're playing it. If you look at the Latin America regionals distribution of what decks were played, there was a good variety. You didn't even see that many Roaring Moon EX because there's ways to manage it. And I believe Gardevoir EX was up there, and that's because Gardevoir EX can just do everything. Gardevoir EX has its own engine built in, It's able to poke at bench. It's able to go with low prize cards. It's able to ramp up energy. Gardevoir EX is really good. You can't go wrong with a Gardevoir EX deck. And the deck's super cheap as well. Gardevoir EX is a really cheap card. And that's probably a play into why you see such a high distribution of Gardevoir EX. We'll Earthen Vessel, get rid of the Empoleon. Pick up 2, 6. Okay, so we have all water energies in our play. Pokestop, maybe we could pull something. Capturing Aroma into Cross Switcher's not bad. Manaphy going into Trash is a bit unfortunate, but we don't really have to worry about ping. Well, Capturing Aroma, maybe we could pick up something good. Heads as an evolution is unfortunate. This is a case where we want Tails. I would have loved a Nest Ball here. We're gonna throw in Squawkabilly with our boss's orders. And we're gonna have to the peak. And we might as well attach a water energy this turn just to have it. We'll charge energy just to thin the deck out, make it more likely to pull something better. Now, if they want to retreat, they have to either switch or they're going to have to attach an energy to the Squawkabilly. And while attaching the energy to the Squawkabilly is not the worst thing in the world, it is going to be more inconsistent to get the kill off with Roaring Moon. The path to the peak is going to shut down the Mew EX's ability of being able to draw until you have 3, which is Rose. There's some card, Rose Tower, I think is what it's called. Okay, Nest Ball's a good hit. I'll definitely be happy with a Nest Ball. We're gonna pick up the Origin Form Palkia V just to get it going. I should have cross switcher earlier. We're just gonna charge energy, pick everything up, and call it gooch. Now, we did need the Origin Form Palkia VStar. I don't think there's anything really else I could have picked better. Ancient Booster. They have a water energy? What are they? That's interesting. Battle VIP Pass a little bit too late. Sorry there, bud. I don't know if I want to cross switcher just yet. Okay, yeah, I do. I do want to cross switcher. We're just going to leave the basic energy on to Jirachi. And here's what's up. Now, I'm going to attack him. If he Frenzy Gougings, he's taking out his own Pokemon. The 160 could have been a kill on Squawkabilly or climbing up the Mewtwo EX. Earthen Vessel's not great. The Ultra Ball hit I'll be happy with. But having that extra dark energy is unfortunate. Now he's got 2 options. He can go for the Calamity Storm and get a good amount of damage out. Or he could go for Frenzy Gouging against the insta-kill. He goes for it. Okay. But that's going to knock himself out. And getting 2 prize cards, I'll be happy with that exchange. Hopefully we can pull something good. Yeah, I can't really get better than that. Now, well, I could get better than that because the path to the peak's gone. We have a simple target if we're able to pull something like an Irida. No Irida, but we did get Nest Ball. Pretty happy with that. Set up the Blastoise. And I'll set up a Mr. Mime. If we want to go with Mr. Mime, I'm happy. I wouldn't be upset. We're going to end turn. If we can path to the peak, this is going to prime up our Mew EX kill. Or the... So, miss on the Pokegear. The problem with Nest Ball is that it is going to bypass the Hawlucha's ability. Fortunately, we don't have it in. Okay. I don't think he can ramp up that fast. We're gonna retreat. Go for the Morpeko kill. Now, I don't know where I want to go next. If he sends up Squawkabilly, that's a kill. If he sends up Mew EX, that's a kill. And if he sends out the Roaring Moon, that's manageable. If he has Dark Patch and a Dark Energy, then we're in a tricky spot. Because the Mew EX has a free retreat, but that's a double combo. If he has Sada as well, he has Earthen Vessel, gets rid of Greninja, okay. Double Dark Energy. Does he have Dark Patch or Sada is the question. Because he should have a Dark Energy in the trash. Yeah, he does. Energy Switch. Now that's an interesting play. That's really interesting. Okay, so his Roaring Moon's primed up. Ancient Booster Energy Capsule, unfortunate. We're able to manage it, however. Battle VIP Pass, always too late. But we can manage. Choice Belt. Not ready to dump that just yet. We got Hawlucha. Flying Entry. Yeah, might as well do that. We'll set this up. And we'll Psy Power. Now we're in a tough spot. We are in a tough spot. But we're just gonna start ramping up some damage onto the Roaring Moon. I think he's got game by this point. He's gonna be able to Calamity Storm. I doubt he'll discard the Path to the Peak. And again, I don't think this deck is running as optimally as it could because we don't have the Drizzile to really support the pools of the tools, you know? And he's already setting up a second Roaring Moon EX. He doesn't have to take out Path to the Peak. He might want to just for the Mew, which we can do some stuff with, but ultimately we're gonna need something like an Iono. He does get rid of Path. Okay, we'll send up Hawlucha because why not? Hisuian Heavy Ball. What was our prize cards? We got the Lumineon. This is gonna allow us to pull something. Something is a tough question of what though. Where he already has the kill. I mean, we can't throw anything else out there. We need to get the kill this turn. Melanie we can't use because we don't have a V. We have no means of getting the energy out. I'm just gonna Irida. That's the best I can do. And it's the best I can do is nothing. We'll hit up Palkia. We'll hit up Energy Retrieval. Oh my goodness, I messed up. I could have had the kill on the Roaring Moon. I deserve it. I deserve it. Because here's what I could have done. I could have taken away the tool. Oh my goodness. Terrible play on my end. Really bad play. I deserve the loss, I do. I could have lost vacuumed the tool in order to take out the Roaring Moon. And I'm just gonna concede. I feel really bad about that. I don't feel like I'm doing this deck justice. This deck was really good. This deck was crazy in its time. That was before Lost Box. You know, Lost Zone wasn't a thing. It was also before Lugia. But I'm sure this deck could compete well with Lugia. And Lugia ran Raikou V for two reasons. Well, there's a multitude of reasons to why it ran Raikou V. But the big ones were, one, it's able to deal with Palkia VStar. It's also able to deal with other Lugias. But I feel terrible. I feel really bad because there was a chance I had that game. It was primed up. I did break a bit hard. Open up Palkia V, Manaphy. I think that's a fair enough. We did opt to go first. We're gonna pocket the Lumineon for next turn, but we'll be able to Yono. Or Irida. We got options. Another Roaring Moon EX. This is the problem with this deck. It's boring. It's so boring. Another head. But we don't see much else in terms of diversity. End turn. There's the Brute Bonnet. This one looks to be generic. Brew on some sleeves. And hopefully it's something unique. Ancient Booster Energy Capsule. You can't really throw it to Roaring Moon EX. Cloth. Okay. Okay. So maybe I was a bit too brash in my assumption. It is a poison deck. Or self-poison. Self-status. Self-status. The entire gimmick is to give your Pokemon poison. Okay, unfortunate on the Yono and our end. There's some stuff I would have liked to do. But we can work with it. Battle VIP Pass. Again too late. Again too late. So he's going to increase the poison damage, which is going to be a pain. Trekking Shoes. Okay. I like Trekking Shoes. I think it's a good card, but it's really filler. It's the best filler you have, or you can get, but it's filler nonetheless. By evolving, we are going to cure our poison, which is nice. We're going to start with a Capturing Aroma, see what we pull. Finally, Tails, a decent enough hit. I don't think the Irida is terrible. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I want to set up the Hawlucha. Because I can be happy with Irida. I would love to use Flying Entry. We're going to evolve to Palkia VStar. We're going to bench the Radiant Blastoise. We're going to Irida. That's going to allow us to pick up a... We'll pick up Lumineon for next turn. If we get a Yono, then I'm fine with that. And Earthen Vessel. Now, using Earthen Vessel, I'm going to hit the Empoleon. I'd rather have that in the trash. Pick up 2 Water Energies. Attach 1. Pump Shot. We'll hit up the Cloth. This is going to make the Cloth in a much riskier position for self-knockout. And just hit 160 on the Brute Bonnet. If he retreats, he does become threatened by the Pump Shot of the Radiant Blastoise. Sets up a Bidoof. Okay. If he gets the B-Barrel going, that could be a pain. He Toxic Powders to get the poison running again. So we're going to hit another 30 damage. Personally, I would love to Boss's Orders right here. We can take out the Brute Bonnet and a Cloth. We're gonna Energy Retrieval. I know it's only 1, but this Pump Shot... We're gonna bench the Lumineon. See if we can pick up a Boss's Orders. We can get it. Okay, so we're gonna be able to double combo this, right? We're gonna Boss's Orders to pick the Bidoof up. We're gonna Pump Shot to take out the Brute Bonnet. Now it's an easy enough recover. Just another Brute Bonnet, another Ancient Booster Energy Capsule. But also we're taking out the Bidoof at the exact same time, which is going to prime us very well. Or slow them down very well. Okay, okay. Cloth is up. Now, Cloth is able to hit a good 190, which is actually nasty at this point because we will get knocked out if he can get the status effect. And there's multiple ways of getting status effect. The fact that this was a hit doesn't seem good. Another Brute Bonnet. Does he have the capsule? He does. So, it's unfortunate. We did stall as much as we could. Trekking Shoes. Another hit. Interesting. Another Bidoof. You can't get better than that. That was really good on their end. So yeah, poison both of us. The cloth is in a riskier situation due to the poison effect. Super Rod, okay. Groupon and the Bidoof. The nice aspect about that is that that's a box deck. I know it might not be the official term usage for that kind of deck, but I call decks that are focused on giving out one prize card boxes. Okay. We're just gonna move up to Hulucha. We don't really need the mana fee, but... Okay. Earthen Vessel. We'll dump the Battle VIP Pass. Pick up these 2 water energy. We're in a tricky spot. We'll recycle you, and you. But we're gonna set you up. Set an energy on you. And we're gonna pump shot. And depending on what we pull next turn, we could actually pull off the Empoleon. Okay. Another ping on the cloth. If we lose the Hulucha, again, I'm fine with that. I don't know. I think I'll move the Lumineon V up. Just because it's a target for Penny and Professor Turo scenario. Okay. Sets up another cloth. He Silenes. Coin flips. Never a fan of coin flip. I am a fan of that coin. That's a really nice coin. They get 1. They get to put a card from their discard on top of their deck. Is that an item card? No, it's just a number of cards. Okay. Unhinged Scissors. There it goes. Ugh. No, I'm gonna go Mana Fee. In case we don't pull anything, we need to be safe. Let's see what we pull. Irida, we can work with. Happily enough. We're gonna pick up the Origin Form Palkia and... I don't want to waste it, but I need this space open for the Empoleon. Well, oh no, We're gonna waste. We're just gonna pick up the Origin Form Palkia. And we're gonna hit with the Pump Shot. This is gonna allow us to ping another 20 onto the cloth. Yeah. We'll ram the Empoleon up now. That's interesting. Cross Switcher, I don't know where I want to go. I think I'm gonna pull up the Brute Bonnet, because I don't think they have much means for dealing the Brute Bonnet out. And I'm not sure on where I want to hit. I think I'm gonna move up the Empoleon. Empoleon's in a decent spot to where if we get some water energy, we're in a good position. Where we have the water energy in the trash, I'm feeling alright with the Empoleon to do some bench pinging. Trekking Shoes, I don't like the hit, I really don't. He goes Artizone, okay. Buy Trekking Shoes first, you make your opponent more wary of the card you drew. Because you now I don't know if he had Artizone initially, or if he picked up the Professor's Research there. Okay. He does go B-Barrel. It's evolved now. We're in a tricky situation. I'm thinking I'm gonna go Blastoise. How much does Lumineon do? 120? That's not terrible. I might ramp up the water energies onto the Lumineon if I get the Palkia VStar. But then I'm in the same situation. I might go into the Radiant Blastoise and just prime up the Palkia VStar to tank some hits. But Boss's Orders is going to be disgusting on us. He begins to poison. And I'm thinking if I get the water energy, which I'm hoping I do, I'm gonna hit Cloth, and then I'm gonna try and go for the Sneasler. Melanie versus Iono. They have the B barrel, so what they draw is kind of there. I'm gonna go with the Melanie because that allows me to ramp up the Palkia a bit. Okay, see, that was good. That was good. I'm happy with that. I don't want a Super Rod just yet, but I don't know how many energies I have. So that's 1, 2, 3 in the trash. That means there's 2 that exist somewhere. We're gonna Star Portal. We're gonna run 1 on the Empoleon, 2 on the Blastoise. I think the Blastoise needs it more than anything. We have nothing here to really target, so we're not gonna even Super Rod. So we're gonna just hit Cloth for 60, get another prize card, be happy. Irida, not bad. I can be happy with Irida. This is gonna allow us to pick up the Earthen Vessel, which allows us to get our water energies on the next turn. What I dump, I'm not entirely certain. What they pull can be a bit dangerous. Ionos, not great. I would have liked the Irida, but we're running, I think, 3 Irida. We have a chance. Nest Ball, Palkia, Mr. Mime, not great, not great. We need to keep the Empoleon fresh and primed. Oh, he does have to switch. Unfortunate. We're gonna move up the Blastoise. Maybe we get the water energy and be fine. He has another DTE. Okay. We're in a tricky position. We are in a tricky position. The Crabominable is eligible to tank a hit. I'm gonna move the Palkia up in the worst case scenario. Blastoise comes in. Capturing Aroma. Maybe we could thin the deck out. Okay. We got more basics than anything. Yeah, that Irida hit was nasty. We have 2 in deck. And an Iono. And the Artizone. Is there anything to target? The Jirachi. We're gonna Jirachi. We're gonna end turn. There's nothing I can do. We're just gonna have to sack the Blastoise. Maybe the Greninja is better for this situation. I'm not getting the Crabominable kills like I wanted. But I've also been playing against really weird decks. Roaring Moon is way too fast, and this deck doesn't support Crabominable's attack. Crabominable is meant for high HP Pokemon. This is a low HP box. He's gonna be able to hit for 200. Yeah. Yeah. Tough. In theory, Mr. Mime threatens a unique scenario where he can't be blocked. We do get a hit, fortunately enough. Pull up our last 2 water energy. Set 1 on the Palkia. We'll set down a second Palkia. We don't need anything really. We're in the end game. He can't counter catcher, which is nice. And hopefully this draw is good. Energy retrieval is not terrible, but where the Blastoise is gone, we're in a tricky situation. Sets up a Brute Bonnet because he is in a... Well, he must have the switch. He escape ropes. Oh no. We can Manaphy? No, because that's not gonna tank the hit. Oh, good heavens. This is quite unfortunate. Were we already burnt our Melanie? Is he at deal 200? If I'm able to manage this, then we have game. Oh no, he's gonna do the teal 20. He has game. He has game. Excellent play on his end. So, the question being, does this deck hold up? And with this format I have it set up in, I'm gonna say no. Surprisingly, this deck is way too slow. This specific one. I think Palkia VStar is still a decent enough engine if you like water. But this deck is... I just couldn't. I couldn't do anything with it. It's missing a lot of what made it the championship deck. One of the champions decks. And I'm trying my best, but oh my goodness, it doesn't hold. Like this, no. So if you want to run Palkia VStar, you do it your way. Don't base it off the championship deck because it doesn't hold. I hope that you had an excellent time watching this video. If you have any comments for how you would change this deck up, please let me know. I'd love to see how you're running Palkia VStar. Anyhow, I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.